All right. Hello. Good morning, Simon Wong. We've just been recording. We've just been recording a conversation. Simon's in where are you?
Port Douglas.
Port Douglas, and I'm in Bali. And we're talking today about the upcoming Young Leaders Coaching and Training Program that we're launching for January. We're launching it in the next couple of weeks. And Simon's kind of like the first client of the program, because the program that I started creating years ago and then delivered for a while, and then it's morphed into a program for young leaders. So we're going to talk about that. So
cool.
Good morning, and yeah, tell me your story. You just started before and I interrupted you, so.
So I was really lucky to start off in a really great team in a central agency, and really that's where I guess I got my love of the bureaucracy and working in public sector agencies, and just really enjoyed working with people, enjoyed the processes and the machinery of government, of how to get things done in government. And at that point, it was pretty clear, what my career trajectory should be in terms of getting to the top of that wave.
Yeah.
It was, work really hard in central agency, get put on some really cool projects, maybe go off to a line agency, get some line agency experience, come back as a director before I'm 30, and then hopefully be a DepSec before I'm 35. And I hadn't really thought of what happens after 35, but I figured maybe I'll be a secretary, maybe I don't want to be a secretary. But it was that sort of thing, when you first start working, that it seems to be that's the same thing, that everybody's on the same journey and everybody's kind of starting to get to the same place, or trying to get to the same place.
Yeah, you had a clear career path kind of lined up, a clear sense of purpose, a clear direction. It's interesting, Simon, that you say it goes till 35, because as you know in this conversation about life phases, 35 is the year where something starts to shift from internal to, from an external focus to an internal focus. So it's interesting that's the year you were gonna crest.
Yeah, well, I thought it's that mentality where, you kind of spend your first 10 years or so, working on your career, and then you might think about other stuff. I don't know, that was my mentality anyway.
Yeah.
I guess that's why it sort of fit naturally with that number. I'm trying to think when I started, 2006, so I would have been 22, yeah. So so I guess, I was on that journey, and again, just had the most awesome team and really learned about what it meant to be in a high performing team early on in my career. So, the behaviors, the collaboration, and the results focus, and what you need to do in order to get things happening in the public service. And then I went off to line agency, had some different experiences, still really good, but working with different types of people, and I guess in your time away from where you first started, you kind of see it in a different light, and you see different types of behaviors and different types of rewards for behaviors, I guess, and really understood that it was kind of a game that you had to play to get to the point where you wanted to get to, and perhaps it wasn't the game that I really wanted to play.
Yeah.
And so had a couple of years of pondering that thought, and then I just figured, okay, well, I just need a break, and I thought, well, what do I do? Well, it seems like everybody else is getting a master's in something related to the public sector, so I'll just get myself a master's. So I went off and did a master's of innovation and information systems over in London. So that was when the Bailey government came in and sacked all the public service and gave us all voluntary departure packages. So I used that to basically further my own learning. And really, there, learned so much about organizations, organizational change, human flaws, bounded rationality, like all that sort of stuff that I wasn't expecting to learn in an IT course, was actually about humans and people and understanding how people behave in organizations. And it just gave me a really different perspective on my career and how that, how it really does play out in the real world, I guess. So then I came back from London and really had a passion for implementing a lot of the stuff that I saw, best practice innovation techniques, and how, to get organizations to change and to better, perform to achieve their outcomes. And that's when, luckily enough, Rowena Morrow tapped me on the shoulder, and I ended up working with her for a couple of years, really just doing the thing, talking about, I guess by that point, I hadn't really thought about my wave much. I was in local government, which was somewhere I never thought I'd be at the beginning of this journey. Just really enjoying doing the work, and not really thinking too much about my career necessarily, except at, certain points when things change in an organisation and you're sort of forced to think, well, where do I want to be? Is this where I want to be? And how's it going for me? And that type of thing.
So you ended up in local government, but you hadn't really, at some point you stopped thinking about your career and you started thinking about the work that you wanted to do, and then you were forced to think about your career again. And and now, how old are you now, Simon?
34 now. Yep.
Okay. So you're nearly at that point that you were, the cutoff point, right?
Yeah. I should be freaking out that I'm not a DepSec yet.
You're not a DepSec. You didn't make it. What happened?
Fail.
But you're not freaking out, right? I mean, that's the point, isn't it? You're not.